my coffee. Yikes. Hello everybody, it's old Shazizz here. I'm out here in my mad science laboratory. I want to talk about two separate things. Energy from the dirt and waste energy off of my system over here that I want to use this coil here to recapture and eventually run some nifty gizmos that I've been working on for quite some time that actually kind of got a little bit of dust on because they set for a while. Sorry I ain't put out a video in a bit. Been really busy with a bunch of projects, and my friend Coltis came in from Australia and we had some good times blowing stuff up and having a good time there. Hopefully he'll be back again and we can do it again. But in the meantime, this particular coil right here is 2 Tesla coils in one. It has a coil on the inside and it has a coil on the outside. It also has built-in capacitors, 2 built-in capacitors made like this right here that were made out of some aluminum rollers and some aluminum tape. It's really simple to make a cheap old junky capacitor. Works pretty well. But anyway, what I did was I built a capacitor layer underneath this primary coil right here, and up underneath the top load. This section right here is the top load for this outer coil, and this is the top load for the inner coil. So essentially I've got 2 fields going on here. 2 separate primaries, 2 separate secondaries, and so on down the line all the way up to this. When I get some spare time, I'll make up a really good diagram and post it on my website for everybody to check out. But in the meantime, I also want to talk about the energy from the dirt. Let me get back over here. Alright, for those of you that don't like a lot of high-pitched noises and screes and blees, you may not want to watch this video or turn your volume way down because there's a lot of screeing and bleeing on this. This 0.85 volts right here is coming off of my 8-foot ground rods outside. I got 2 galvanized ground rods and 2 copper-coated ground rods out there that are actually my earth battery. Alright, now this little piezoelectric buzzer right here, I'm going to go ahead and connect that. You can actually hear one of them over there already bleeding a tiny bit in the background. But I'm going to go ahead and connect that one. Hold on there a second. Alright, now you can see the voltage is at 0.084, and I'm going to bump it up a hair with this little nickel hydride battery, 9 volt. Doggone, antivirus won't stop doing that. Drives me nuts. Alright, I'm going to bump it up a hair. Get that energy going. Like I said, this is going to be noisy. Alright, but I need to do this for a second so I can show you what it is I'm going to try to do. Alright, you see this circuit board over here? Got some plasma going on in there. Anyway, try to get a little bit of everything on there so you can see it. My hopes is to get this entire system right here to run completely off the dirt, and using some amplification of energy that I've been working on to be able to use this right here to help draw in that energy. But in the meantime, let me take that 9 volt battery off of there so that this thing won't drive us totally insane. Oh, that'd burn it. Okay, now you can see the voltage is dropping back down. It'll keep on doing that until it gets down to about I think 0.73 is as low as it gets. It's going to take a little while, but in the meantime I'll let that thing ring out there for a bit while I get ready to show you something else. I'll set that down there for a moment. Alright, now I created this little nifty dual spark gap right here using two fluorescent bulb starters with argon gas inside of them and a couple sheetrock screws. I got my aluminum right there. That is the base that I actually connect the ground wire to. Alright, now we're going to take this ground wire over here. Sorry to make you dizzy. Doggone it. Got wires tangled everywhere. Alright. We're going to take our ground wire, if I can hang on to it long enough. Going to take our ground wire and hook it right there with all these other ground wires. Here, let me put you on the tripod. I'm making you dizzier than heck. Dizzier than all get out. Doggone it. Alright, let's try this again. Yikes! Alright, these are all my ground wires. Heck, and I'm even going to take and reach down here if I can get out from underneath this wire. What the tarnation's going on around here? Good burn it. Alright, good. Got my camera wire all out the way. Alright. Plugged in my battery charger a little bit so that I could charge my battery up. So, going to hook my battery charger to my ground as I showed you before in my other video. Boy, what a cluster we got going on. Alright, all I need is one leg off of that battery charger on there. See if I can get this down in there too. Do. I got everything's grounded. So I'm always telling you about baiting electrons out of the earth. And so I use the ground a lot. Can't get this doggone thing to stay down in there. Alright, I think I got it this time. Yay! Alright, so you can see I have my ground wire to my base of my spark gap. Now I'm going to find my hot wire. Okay, here it is. Yay. Alright, this is my hot wire to the outer primary of that Tesla coil. I'm going to hook it right directly to the negative side of the battery. Boy, there we go. Alright, so I got my ground wire connected to the dirt. I got my positive on my Tesla coil, the outer coil, connected to the negative of the battery. Alright, now we're going to fire this thing up and see if we can mess this camera all up. Alright, yeah, you can't see nothing. Here, let me turn some lights off. Doggone it. Yay. Alright, can you see them two spark gaps that go in there? Alright, they're going to go on and off for a while because what these things do when they get hot inside, they shut off. So, all the energy that is being created is coming out of the two capacitor sides of the outer coil and the inner coil running this spark gap right here. Now if I raise my deal up right here, I have to turn this up in a high voltage section. It's jumping way up there. So as I'm energizing the dirt outside. I don't even think you can see that. Doggone it. Anyway, you can see the voltage out in the dirt's jumping up and down there. It's on the 1000 volt DC side. I'll turn it on the AC side for a second. It's jumping between 1662. Yeah. Doggone it. Alright, well I'm going to turn that off for a second. Put this over here. Okay, where in the heck did I go with it? Alright, even though all the energy is being directed down into the dirt instead of into the coil, you can still see it's got a good strong feel to it. And the longer this thing runs, the little stronger it will get. It's got a pretty good field. Don't need to see my ugly mug. Ooh, look, we found a dead spot. Huh. Alright, now let me see if I can beef this up just a hair. Even though the majority of that energy is running down into the ground, I would not touch this one. Now I can actually go over on this side over here on this spark gap and help adjust this out a bit. This coil right here is not, it's only connected to the ground. It's just picking up off of that coil in the background over there. You can see it hitting them fluorescent bulbs up there pretty good. Yay! And that's set right up there. That's off. Okay. Alright, let's get back over here to the spark gap. Alright. It's got a pretty decent field on there. Anyway, that's essentially running off of waste energy off of that battery right there. I showed you before in my other videos that I could light this. Look at that, I even lit me up. Watch this. Yay! Anyway, I showed you before that this system's actually hitting high voltage through that that battery right there, and so I'm draining off of that energy right there, which isn't affecting the system over here, and just recapturing that energy and amplifying it with this coil and capacitors. I got a loose screw here too. And when that gets going good, you'll notice, let's see if I can get you down in there close without screwing up the camera. When that gets going good, you'll notice that the spark in the one will start getting really hot. See those big white flashes every so often? I'm hoping you can see this and it ain't frying out my deal here. Anyway, that's that's waste energy being pumped right into the dirt. So it looks like my video's at 16.48, 49, 6, something like that. I will go ahead and quit this before I make this too doggone long. Alright, and of course you can still hear the piezoelectric going, the buzzer. Yeah. We're at 0.89. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see if I can bring this camera in there again. .89. Now, like I said, the lowest that it ever went down was 0.73, and that's just straight out of the dirt. So let me fire this up one more time. I'll watch that jump. That's in the dirt. Turn up in the high voltage side. Come on. Are you kidding me? Well, it's even too high there. Huh. Alright, I think I'm going to fry out my doggone meter. Done that once or twice. Ooh, look at that. You get it just right. You see that spark gap light up? Watch that. Look at that. That's when I can tell when it's starting to get really strong. Alright. Oh, okay, so a little quick summary. 0.088. Little quick summary. It's a Tesla coil that is 2-in-1. There's two Tesla coils all there. It's one's built right inside the other. It has two capacitors inside of it. It has an outer capacitor layer, and then I got an external capacitor over here that I'm using to charge up. I'm running off of the capacitors down in through here, down into this capacitor, straight down into the ground right there. This wire right here is coming off the negative terminal of the battery, going into the first primary right here, which is energizing the top load, and then energizing the inside, which is charging up both capacitor layers, which is coming down into this capacitor right here and igniting the spark gap. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I thought I'd share it with you. So stay tuned, and I'll have some more really interesting stuff for you. Peace and love, everybody. Take care.